Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of SnowFool here in City Skylines, where the city is getting more beautiful by the day. Last episode we implemented our own little financial district slash IT cluster, which I'm going to be honest with you right now guys, we're going to flip it around. Now, I didn't realise when I added a high-rise ban in that the IT cluster doesn't have a high-rise ban. It only really has one level of upgrades, which means it kind of completely maxes out. The only way to make them smaller is to reduce their square footage. But your boy Snowy in the comment section in the last episode said, Seniac, why don't you just invert them? Put the IT cluster on the inside, because that way the financial district buildings will be lower than the IT cluster, so it looks like it staggers nicely and the tall buildings are in the center and la-di-da-di-da. And I thought that was a pretty cool idea. That's what we're going to implement. But today, we are going to be building our very own airport. It's about time that we bring the international citizens of the world to one of the greatest cities in the Antarctic, SnowFool. And we're going to do that via implementing a kind of airport. Now, I'm not going to use the airport DLC. Every time I use that in all my other cities, it just doesn't go to plan. So I ain't even going to use it, boys. I wouldn't want to mess with this beautiful city with such foolishness, even though this is SnowFool. But hey, how you doing? Welcome back. If you are enjoying the series, please make sure you smash the like button down below. And if you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. Now, before we go on to the airport section, we're going to invert this, because if you look at it, my tall building's on the outskirts, and it kind of feels a little bit weird, so we're kind of going to flip it around. You can see from the zoning, this is how the zoning is currently looking, how it's currently working. But because we are going to flip it, there is about the same amount of buildings when you kind of take into account everything on the outskirts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the financial buildings be on the outside and the IT cluster be on the inside. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Now, the bank, it does mean that the bank is then within the IT cluster, but I'm going to keep it there anyway. And yes, I know it's not really serving a purpose right now because, you know, there's not really much commercial around it. But it's just for the aesthetics, boys, okay? It's just for the aesthetics right now. So, this will completely destroy everything and then rebuild it again. But hopefully then the skyscrapers are on the inside. Oh, dear. Wait, hold on. Do I have a... I don't really have a high-rise ban on the... Oh, no, I got the high-rise ban on the... Okay, we'll leave it like that. The highest ban is on the financial district, so we should still be okay. We should still be okay, boys. Right, we'll just give it time then for that to slightly adjust. Now, the city is going swimmingly right now. We've got nearly 50,000 people living here, and we're going to implement an airport to take us to the next stage in our city's growth. Now, everything's looking pretty beautiful. We've pretty much built everything within this peninsula that we have available. But for the first time then, we're going to move away from the peninsula to build our airport. Now, I'll show you where in just a moment, but I'm not going to use the airport DLC. It never really works out. I've got a couple of options. Normal airports, they give us these options. Your standard airport, you got a cargo airport, you got another cargo airport, and then you've got a helicopter stop, but that's pretty much it. But what I'm going to look for then is in the content creator packs. No, I think it's in the public transport hubs. You've got a couple of variations of airport here. You've got the simple international one, which if I just place it over here right now, which you can see, big, beautiful, glorious, has a little metro line underneath. And then you have the big metropolitan one, which is a lot bigger. It actually has helicopter hubs as well, which is interesting. And it has two metro lines that crisscross one another, so you can kind of get multiple lines going to it. And this is the one that I'm going to use. I'm going to use this one, and I also want to implement it around here. So I think there would be the perfect location. But the only problem is I might have to reclaim some land. Unless I don't put it there, and I say I put it here. I kind of want it in a decent location. We're going to use this this big intersection. That I never made it. This is part of the map. I need to change some lane math on it as well. But I'm trying to figure out what the best kind of area for it to go would be. Here maybe? Maybe I could utilize that little bit of sticky out land just there. I'm thinking there. Well, if I spin this way to kind of see where the flight path is going to be. So you got one flight path that goes directly over the city. So if I adjust it ever so slightly like this, I reckon that's the one. Now, where does that look in terms of... Yeah, because I want the road to go directly to the intersection. So I reckon that's where we're going to pull it. So let me claim some land. Alright, let me claim some land right now. Now I know some flight paths are going to go over the city, but that's just how it is, boys. That is just how it is at this point. So I reckon we need to... Actually, let me put that back down again one more time. So that's going there. So we're claiming everything across... Right, I think I've got it in my head. So we're claiming everything going across this way to about there. And then we got this little lump there going down here. And then all of this here is being claimed as well. So let me just cover all of this up. We'll do that. And let's see how far off I was. How off was I? Oh my goodness me. That was almost perfect. That was almost perfect, boys. I'm a genius. Alright. Do a little bit more anyway. So what we're saying about that, we'll key wall it all off anyway and make it look a little bit better. Yeah, okay, it's perfect. So let me just get the smoothing tool out anyway first. Smoothing all this up. Just on the land above it. Now, how much of a drop is that? And how much does the drop affect the entrance of the airport? I think we might be able to get away with it, but we're going to go just here. Shabam. And then we'll key wall it all off. Oh, it's going to look glorious. That looks really, really good. So flight path directly up, they can then skedoodle down the side here. This one's a little bit closer, but they can, you know, have an approach. I mean, the approach might be coming straight over and in. Actually, where's the flight path? Flight path is over here. And then do we have another one over this side? No. So we only really have one flight path. So yeah, they're going to be coming over the city and landing in. Ooh, this is exciting. It's very, very exciting, boys. Very, very exciting. Right, glorious. Glorious, glorious, glorious. Now, we are going to see extramental amount of flooding. Right. But it's part of the job. It's part of the job right now. So we're going to get some key walls all set up then. And I won't go with the city key walls. We'll keep it nice and simple. And do I keep a 10 away? So if I go by another 10, that there is a 10. So the next 10 is in line, but that doesn't really normally work out that well. Bringing this down to here. By a 10. That's a 10. I do another 10. It doesn't want to do a 10 for me. Is 10 away from that enough for the runway? I reckon it is. Yeah, it'll be fine. It will be fine. 10, which then leads to a 20 normally. Right, so. So. Get what I can in. So because that's got a little bit of a taxiway there, do I come out by another 10? Or do I cut it? Or I could do a 5. I'll do a 5. Like that. And then this one. We'll end it just there. This one. We'll end it just there. So obviously we've got to get everything to the same level. So if I select it all right now, and then we select the object height, let's just say of this node. Boom. Glorious. And then we just have to kind of invert a couple of the segments. Clip off any of the land that doesn't feel right within the area. And then we should be all good. So back to the key wall, we're going to go use our invert segment, which is this one, right? Yeah. I think these are all okay, to be honest with you. I think it's just a case of maybe just doing a little bit of the terraforming. I think we're okay, to be honest with you. Right, we'll smoothen first. Smoothing, smoothing, smoothing. There we go. And then cut this all out. Easy peasy level. I mean, I've got to press play mode yet and watch all the flooding happen. I just realised. I forgot about the flooding. Alright, cut that out just to there. Just because the way that kind of curves in, we're just going to kind of come out of it, and then we'll just smooth them back down to like a nice, reasonable level. Alright. There we go. Just bulk it up a bit more here. And then we'll just play around with the key walls a bit more. But look at the the water's got to drop down. That might save us from some flooding, but no. At the end of the day, no, it does not. Also, I've got to sort out on top of this is the smoothing in. Bring that back down. Of this whole area, because it looks a little bit bumpy. Does look a little bit bumpy, boys. Oh, we got to do all this as well. Holy smokes, there's a lot going on. Right, while that does what it's got to do, I'll bring this down so it kind of just matches the ground. Same on this side. Oh, now while we wait for the flooding to disappear, I might fast forward it. Just trying to disperse a little bit. We've got to cut back a little bit of land here and kind of smoothing it down a little bit easier for the approach to that runway or the takeoff, depending on which way they're going to use it. And oh my goodness me, are they already spawning aircraft? Okay, so we take off in that direction, which actually... Oh no, mate, do we? Is it just doing a lap of honor? Wait, what was that? What was... Oh my goodness me. You can see the plane now taking off. So it actually goes in quite a cool little flight path direction. So that's not too bad. Right, let's turn the airport off just in case, you know, we start to see more shenanigans happening. And yeah, let's just go from there. So, flattening, brush size up. Right, let's smoothen this back a bit. Well, this is actually the flattening tool, isn't it? We're going to actually go further back than we should, so the approach down is a lot smoother. And then with the smoothening, it's probably easier now if I go for a larger brush size. It's low down here as well, so there's a bit here where this area is probably a little bit too big, so we can kind of sacrifice it slightly. That's better. Look at this. You don't even realise anymore, boys. You don't even realise there's an elevation change. There we go. There we go. That is glorious. That is glorious. Right, back into play mode then. Hopefully the water can disperse. So even though this turn off here is mainly for this, it's also to access this area as well. So we want to make sure that we sort it out, you know, pretty well. But this whole junction, this whole intersection, whoever built this right now, gives me nightmares. There's no lane math, and there's 90-degree turns going on as well. Now, I want to keep it, because that's part of the charm of this map. I want to keep this in. I just want to build from it. I just inherited the infrastructure. But I do need to kind of sort out some lane math on this. So, in reality, we're a 3-lane highway. And if I go to my 2-lane right now, 3-lane highway, and we turn off here and go straight on. But here turns off into 2. So in reality, here should be a 1. Going all the way down to there. And as they then turn off, where's my 2-lane? This should be a 2-lane. Wait, hold on. Is this a 2 or a 3? Wait, what's going on here? The lane math on this is ridiculous. So it's actually a 2-lane highway. And then all of a sudden it becomes 3 lanes? No, wait, it already was... Wait, hold on. It already was 2 lanes. Wait, what's going on? What is going on here, boys? Right. The lane math is completely all wrong on this. But there's not really a fat lot I can do about it. Is it 2 lanes all the way down? It is. Okay. In the real world, you'll do a 3-lane highway. But because I'm not going to upgrade my whole my whole highway system, I'm going to leave it as that. I'm just going to upgrade those to 1 lane anyway, so it just kind of filters a little bit easier. This is interesting, though. I don't know how this is going to work. Like, if I deleted this, I don't know if there is a space for me to do something like this. No, it wouldn't work. Because that is just asking for trouble, isn't it? That is just seriously asking for trouble. It's asking for trouble, that is, isn't it? It really is. I can see me deleting this. I can truly see me deleting this at some point in the future. Wait, how did this go in together right now? Does that really go all the way down to there? Yo, how was this originally connected? Wait, it's just like that, wasn't it? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But anyway, let's just forget that for just a moment. I might actually bulk this up to a double road, a 4-lane highway. Now, reason for it is we're coming off 2 lanes anyway. Alright, push that slightly out. At least gives us the option to kind of go left and right and skedoodle wherever you want to go to. So 2-lane highway, making it stick to the ground will be a good idea. And it just gives me options. Just gives me options. Right, let's sort my approach out here then. So I don't really want to stick to a rural road, but it looks like we're going to be sticking to the rural road anyway. And what is the bend on this? It's a 3x3. So that there is a 7. So if I go by 3... Right, I'll change the road in just a minute. Don't worry. Don't worry. 3. A 3. And is there a center point? There is a center point. Kind of. So what road is that, by the way, anyway? It's your normal standard road, isn't it? Yeah. Like that. We'll stick some more car parks in the middle, which I feel like would be really good. So we're accessing this area. Train line tearing through. I don't really know what this area is going to be just yet, so I don't really know how the road should kind of, you know, play to this area. I'm most likely going to have roads crisscrossing going round, connections and all that jazz and whatnot. So I can see us having a lot of stuff going on. It's just trying to figure out what the best option would be for us. Are we going to have trams over here? That's another question we got to figure out as well. Right, let's just go for the standard 4-lane road with trees. And we'll try and set this up where... We'll try and set it up where we can really benefit from a road going through. So if I just come down by a 10 there, that could maybe eventually pass over. If that's going to pass over, I reckon we then go up by 10 just here. Oh no, keep it down there. Keep it down there, that's fine. I'm trying to figure out a couple of straight runs here right now. But how would I want that? Would I want the approach to go directly over this road? Maybe not too much is the best way to put it. Maybe not too much. And then, I mean, we can have this road. So what's this? I mean, what's the significance of this road going here? It's in line with that runway. That's what this whole area is based off. So that could kind of come in to a connection, which could eventually be a roundabout. Or I could base the whole area off the approach to the airport. So I could base it off this here. Go 40 that way. Go 40 this way. And we'll figure out what this area will be in the future. For now, it doesn't really matter too much. But I can have that road connect all the way down like that. And then this connection here would bend into it. So if I deleted you, and if I got the highway style road, 4-lane road, connection tool from there to there, and just do our best on a bend, well, bam, and that's how you connect in. Now we will have to stick a roundabout here eventually, but I'm not going to worry about this too much right now because I truly don't know what I'm doing with this area. I'll probably end up deleting all of this. And once I figure out what is actually going to happen around here. But for now, this will do. Just to give us that public connection, this should do. Now, another way in which we want people to connect over here is via the metro system. Now, the metro system, we have at the moment a stop just there, which, because we don't really have any alternative loops going on right now, we can just have one little connection going across. But at the same time, I need to connect my other looped system up as well, so we can do them both at the same time. So, metro line, underground, and we'll base it off this one here. So am I able to kind of just come straight out from this? I don't know how easy this is going to be. If I kind of take it from here, if I just do that like there. Now eventually it will be part of a looped system. For now, it's just going to be like this. Okay, there's going to be not much shenanigans going on. I gotta now make it actually go fully underground. So sink that puppy right down. There we go. So eventually be part of a whole looped system. So like how this one we're going to create right now currently is going to loop off this current one. We'll have one that loops off this that connects to this as well. But there's multiple loops that we could create, but you know, it is what it is. So we'll do a back and forth just here. So there to here and back. It's just to give us a connectivity, nothing else, nothing more. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. So in reality then, we can actually turn this airport now on. Granted it needs power and water. So we'll go straight down here with the water. And we'll just do a solid connection going over. Power-wise, we could just simply use a couple of wind turbines. Just there for some power. And now we're up and running. Very, very basic airport. Very, very simple. But it should do the job for us. And it'll be quite a sight to see on the shoreline when this is all more busy and metropolitan. Metropolitan, is that a new word I just made up? I think so. So that can now be connected via people driving. It can also get people over there via the metro line if they get to that one stop just here. Now we need to get more of the city connected up to said metro line. So we've got to get a lot of work now undergoing. So let's get all these connections up and running then. So utilizing the connection tool, we'll continue to go through this. So we'll start here to here. And we'll try and maximize this as much as we can. Bam, 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 bam. There to there. Now I know these are quite short and close, but they crisscross the tram lines. And that's why it's so important for them. There to there. There to there. Bam. There to then here. This is a nice little connection, this one is. And then now we're connecting back to our original lines. So that's as far as... Oh no, we got this one down here. Let's say that's as far as we can go, but we can actually go a little bit further. Right, so push this out a bit. So how far can we cut back? So there's perfectly fine, but it's going to kick up some of that just there. But keep that as it is. Right, now we're back to normal. So we'll start over this side then. Ideally, we want it to connect to this. So we're kind of creating a little bit of a bend coming off this. Like that. And then we'll utilize the connection tool from this. Just down to there. So this kind of swoops off around and connects in. Now for this one, the metro line would need to kind of just kink off there. I'm coming out with all these phrases I've never said before in my life. Kinker. Metropolitan. Who am I right now? Who am I? Alright, boom. Boom. Now, where do we see? We don't see it there, but we see the metro line just here. Underground. Raise you down. Very good. And we shouldn't really see it anywhere else. The only other place would have been over here, but no, we're okay. We're okay. I think we're okay then. So we can actually create the loop then. Which for us is going to be multiple loops. So we'll start here. And we're going to go this direction. So this is going to create even greater connectivity right now. For SnowFool. And it's going to intertwine itself on these metro loops as well. So not only are they crisscrossing tram routes, they're also crisscrossing other metro routes. So you can't say we don't have good public transport in SnowFool right now. You can't say this because we absolutely do. We absolutely do. Alright, going in the opposite direction now. And I'll probably wait till next episode until we figure out if I need any more trains or if I need to take any trains off. You know, we'll check the demands next episode. So just give it time for it to all settle down and for them to really kind of dig deep into their new connections. Because it's also going to affect the tram lines as well. That's something else we've got to remember. Because it's going to take people away from the trams to use the metro. Now, as of right now, you can see how many people are now using the public transport a week as it is. For metro-wise, they're still choosing. Is this the metro or the trams? This is the trams. They're still utilizing the trams more, but that's because only half the city had metro. So now the other half of the city's got metro, we should see these numbers start to spike. And any planes coming in yet? 66 people were serviced last week, so a plane has definitely come in. We have just seemed to have missed it. Right, I'm going to sort some of these edges out as well. I'm not liking the look right now. Bring that brush size down. Is it a case of smoothing or flattening? Right, we're going to flatten. That's a bit better, isn't it? There we go. Little bit more pleasing to the eye. Right, we'll take it. I won't do too much because you can get carried away. You could get carried away. So I'm wondering if the people being serviced is just people utilizing the metro line to get here first. There's not actually any planes coming in. But we know planes work because we've seen one take off when it was literally flooded. So if they can take off when it's flooded, they can take off when it's dry. No excuses. Oh, there's a plane. Oh, there's two planes. Right, so they land in from this direction, which is actually a pretty cool way to kind of come into the airport. And they're going to land in from this direction as well, I'm assuming, yeah. So they both take off over the water. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So a lot of them are going to use the metro line to get to where they need to get to. You might get the odd vehicle that wants to drive out. But I wonder if I can throw down some car parks. And I always forget where the car parks are. They're within the parks, aren't they? Car parks? Where is it? Now I've already forgotten where the car parks are. Car parks. Oh, there we go. So I could go for a big boy. Just like that. Which actually fits in perfect. Oh, you can't make that up. It was just meant to be. It was just meant to be. Now this is interesting. Snowing. It's now snowing. Does it affect the runway? You can also see the vehicles now heading out. How do they navigate this anyway? I'm assuming everybody wants to go to the right. We shall see how the bulk of these vehicles navigate it. They're all wanting to go to the left. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Who am I to complain? Who am I to complain? So now that we've inverted the financial district and the IT cluster, it looks a lot better. Smaller buildings in the outskirts, taller buildings in the middle. We'll take it. We'll definitely take it. So that's probably worked out for the better anyway. Oh, are you complaining right now? There's not enough buyers for the products. I mean, we do have quite a bit of commercial demand we're going to squeeze in. Why don't we squeeze some in over here? So this little gap over here then, we could definitely utilize some more commercial. So why not just sort this whole square out to be commercial? And we'll plant some trees in the middle. There we go, there we go. Try and act as a little bit of a sound barrier. We have water, we're all good. So that will be your additional buyers that you're complaining about, that you do not have right now. I love this overpass we built as well last episode. It's my favourite. It's my favourite one so far. Okay, glorious then. So, time will tell. We now have a metropolitan airport for our metropolitan area. We have the metro line, which is only a very basic one, which connects at the moment. So, we'll just see how it all goes and how we get on with it. But I feel like once you've built this area up, once this area over here feels more like this area, that airport on this shoreline is going to be really good. We've just got to figure out what we're... If anyone's got any ideas of what I should do with the shoreline here, let me know in the comment section down below. But I think we're now ready to progress even further. We are closing in on 50,000 residents. We will get there shortly before you know it. But things are looking smooth. Very smooth. We've got many, many things that we still need to do. We need to get some more industries in as well to make some more cash, money, moolah. But yeah, I'm very happy with where it's all going so far, and hopefully it does continues. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.